All right, so we're gonna wait for people to come in. Hold on, let me share this. Oops. The- Woohoo! Hold on, guys. Are we live? I think we're live. Are we live? Hey, Rod. Hey, Eldan. Jordy, what's up? Nothing much. Usual COVID issues. Stuck in lockdown. Feeling the slow burn of my uh, of having no money coming in. So we're gonna probably wait for about 20 more hours. Just joking. Um, for people to come in, we'll probably start when we get to about what? About 20 people or something like that. I think. Mickey Boy. What's up, Mickey Boy? So, yeah. I don't even know if the topic will be will be covering today is relevant now or anymore because most of the cases that have been coming out already have PSU covers now. But that's not the goal here, basically. The goal here is to spark creativity and hopefully get yourself started in some way because that's how I started. Now, back in the day, cases did not have any bay covers or PSU covers because so we had to make our own. So yeah, what we're doing now is a little bit out of date, but again, it's a good way. It's a good catalyst to get yourself started in case modding um, in general, because uh, a lot of people will start to think that you know I don't have tools. I don't know how to do this. I wonder, or something like that. So at least you'll have basic knowledge on stuff like this. So I hope how's the audio? I see that the the video is acceptable. It's not a HD or anything like that, but yeah. So again, we're in a new location. We're at the shop right now. Unfortunately, my webcam's cable isn't you know long enough for me to face it over to you know to my work table. So, pre, what's up, pre? Musta na? Abot na. I have a my laser tube, my laser cutter. For those of you who don't know, fried about a month ago, almost a month ago. But it's been very hard for me to you know, it's it's pretty hard for me to get it fixed or replaced because of the lockdown. Now, laser tubes I can't buy because other than the fact that they're really expensive here in the Philippines, there are no shops open to ship them to me because I can't buy them locally here in Cebu City. I have to buy them in Manila, and unfortunately, their stores are closed. So, fortunately enough, I was able to secure one from the States. My mom got one. She'll be coming home in about 3 weeks. So, I'll probably get my laser cutter going. And hopefully, by then, things will start to pick up. But, you know. Hey, what's up, Eric? Delta. What's up, Delta? Irie. We're hoping for three more people to pop in, so this will be worth our while. Um, this is actually we're hoping to. Uh, I know the guys on the live stream right now already know how to do this. Is it legal to smoke on camera? Yeah. Um, already. Yeah. Back to what I was saying. I know that the people on this live stream right now um, are already, let's say, professionals here. Most of you, 99% of everyone actually, is a modder. So you guys probably already know what I'm doing. But the problem is, no, not a problem. So we're hoping to get this video out to other people who don't know how to do this. So, you know, yeah, because this is really basic stuff. This is pretty outdated now, I guess, but it's still one of the fundamentals or one of the basicest uh, modding techniques that someone can learn. Because uh, although, you know, although power supply covers are already present in most of the cases that have been released right now, there's still that factor that you want to modify it, and then since most of them are come in, are metal. There's not really much you can do about lighting and logos and stuff like that. So you might, some people might want to remove that and then replace it anyway with their own. So Eric, feels like I'm starting modding again watching this. Yeah, we did this. Um, yeah, it's been a while. Morning. So, yeah. I learned everything from JP. Yeah, Tantrum L used to work for me almost a year ago, I think. Yeah. But apparently, stuff. So, mod father. All right, so we got 15 people. We were up to 18. A few people left. I'm gonna be using this table. Yeah, kung magkamo niya na later na. In a bit. I remember the lizard. Yeah, the lizard. But anyways, you guys ready? We can get started. We're gonna try to make this a really short and quick stream. Cuando sadar, I have no idea what that means. I'm sorry. Hopefully we'll try to stick to English on this stream. But hi, Gonzalo Novoa, thank you for joining this stream. I posted this on my social media. I'm not sure if. All right, I guess people are ready. So I'm gonna move my camera setup to right next to me. Hold on. How is this not fitting anymore? May fit man ganina. It fit. There you go. There you go. There you go. To the people messaging me on Facebook, please do not message me yet. Do not you see I am busy. All right. So it's 2 a.m. here. Don't think too many people are awake to watch right now. That's true. Logistics have always been a problem. All right, so let's get this thing started. Let's get this part started. Let us get this party started. All right, so when you need, what you want to do on a PSU cover is you want to, of course, basically measure your PSU cover. So you will want to get the length or the width, or yeah, which is from the back of the case, or which is from the back of the case up to the front. So this is going to be the case here. I'm sorry I don't have a case right now. Everything's in storage and it's really hard for me to locate stuff. So yeah, so what I was back to what I was saying, you're gonna need to measure from the back all the way up to the front of the case. Okay, so usually standard PSU covers, to cover a little bit more than the power supply, will be roughly around 12 inches or a little bit more. But usually when you want to build a power supply that which covers from the whole bottom section, you'll probably need about 17 inches from front to back, usually, okay, on most cases. Now we're gonna use just this piece of free acrylic. Now I don't have any clear, I didn't want to use any clear acrylic because I'm kind of saving that one for other stuff, but I do have a piece of white acrylic that we're going to use today. All right, so again, you're going to want to measure from the front from the back to the front, up until where you want the power supply to cover, basically. So you know, you can gauge how much room you want left for a thicker radiator or stuff like that, your fans, your reservoir and stuff. So yeah, so I've already pre-cut this to 13 inches, which is usually the standard, which leaves room for a thicker radiator and the fans. And also after that, I wish I had a power supply to show you guys. Hold on, let me post this here. Oh, there's one right there. There's one right there. Okay. All right, so for example, you have, this is sitting on a case. All right, so let's say, for example, this is sitting on a case. Okay, so yeah, so for example, this is sitting on top of a case, inside a case. What you're going to want to do is you're going to measure from where it touches the floor of your chassis up until the very top of the PSU. Okay, so inside a case, inside a normal case scenario, this is usually 3.5 inches, usually. Okay, and then you're gonna wanna, from the top, you're gonna want to measure from the top and put up until the back of the motherboard tray, or where the motherboard tray is, and measure from there. So it's gonna be I had 3.5. Let's just you know, imagine that this was inside an actual case. So this is 3.5, and then the top from the top to the motherboard tray is about 5 point, we'll just make it 6 inches. Okay, 6 inches. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add the one at the side and from the top. So we had 3.5 plus 6 inches, you get 9.5 inches. Okay, so that's gonna be your thing, your PSU size. So it's gonna be 13 by 9.5. We'll just make it 10. Okay, so you have room. You'll also yeah, by the way, you also want to measure. When you measure, you want to leave room for your LEDs at the bottom, so you can put LEDs here at the bottom. So you'll probably want to add, about, let's say, about 3/4 of an inch more, okay, to your total. So yeah, you'll have enough room at the side. It depends on the case though. So you'll have room on the side to put your LED strip. So you'll be able to, illuminate whatever logos you want to put. Okay, so you might want to add like probably 3/4 of an inch on top of it. So you got 3.5 plus 6 plus 3/4 of an inch. So you got well, how much is it? 10 something. Yeah, so 10 something. We'll just use probably the whole thing. Yeah, but yeah. So hold on. 10. Got 10. So this one's a little bit longer. I wanted to just use the whole thing, but yeah, why don't we just go ahead and use the whole thing? But yeah, so if in case this is all you needed, all you would have needed to do is just get a T-square or an angle ruler, and then you measure a straight line. Okay, so yeah, let's just say, for example, this is the actual size that you were able to cut. All right, now the reason why I asked you guys to measure from the top to the bottom is that's where you want to locate where you're going to put in the marking for your bend. Yeah, if my pen will write. Okay, so again, just for basics, you're gonna want to make the mark. Let's say, for example, your design is here. Let's say you have a TT logo here. Okay, say you have a TT logo here, and then this is where it's gonna light up. Now, when you want to put in your measurement or your angle mark, you don't want to put it there. You don't want to put it here, because once you put it on top of a bender, once you bend it, you'll see a small crease or a slit. So what you want to do is you want to put it behind your design. Okay, you want to put it behind your design. Now this doesn't really apply with, well, actually it does, yeah, but hold on. So yeah, you're gonna want to make a mark. Now the reason why I'm making a mark is because I want to put in a cut, just this you want to mark it Now the goal here again is not to make an incision. The goal here is for you to actually just make a line on where you want to follow your bender. Now, I have this really nice bender that a friend of mine has made for me some years ago, and it's still working. And it's still working until now. I haven't replaced any of the haven't replaced any of the actual wire on it yet. So I have a bender. Now you guys can use a heat gun, but unfortunately now for this instance I don't have my heat gun. So this is gonna have to do. Okay, double check. I don't think I measured this right. This seems to be too short. Oh, actually it is. It's correct. Alright, so you're gonna want to align the marking to where your wire or your bender's wire is. Now, if for any case you don't have a bender, you just want to align this marking here to pieces of wood, let's say on top of your desk. You can put it on top of your desk like that, align it, and then put clamps and stuff like that, and then you start to heat it and then you bend it. But since right now we're going to be using a bender, yeah, where you align the marking to the hot wire. Okay, so I usually put it up for about 3 minutes. I'm gonna make it 4 because since it has to burn through, it also has to burn through paper. Now, on most cases, on most occasions, I peel off the protective film, but on this case, I just don't feel like I want to. So I want to see the heat gun method. Okay, I will give you a heat gun method in a bit, right after this one. Heat gun method. I don't know if I have any clamps left though. But we can still do it without clamps, I think. Yeah? What are clamps? No, okay. Well, I'll show you the heat gun method without clamps later. Special request for Irene. The sneak. Hey, what's up, guys? The sneak. Oh yeah, yeah. I measure in. The reason why I measure in is inches, is because of my eyesight. Now I can't see, or I can't get accurate measurements using these fine lines. Now the reason why I use inches is because I can see it. Now this is for manual work. Now if I want to put anything on software or anything like that, I always use millimeters. But yeah, for something manual or something very basic, I use inches because inches is not that accurate, but it's accurate enough for measuring stuff like this. So you don't really need to get too super precise in order to make for something like this, like especially a power supply. So unless you probably want to measure like sub millimeter accuracy, you'll probably need that type of accuracy if you want to make stuff like water channels or bends and stuff. So but right now, no, just for a power supply, no. So I think I set it up for for 4 minutes, I think. Yeah, and it's really starting to get soft. We're gonna wait for it to get a little bit more softer. Okay, I think this is soft enough. Now you bend it. Now what I want to do is I always want to bend it like a little bit forward, like this, before, so it gives me an easier idea. You can eyeball it if you guys want, if you have the eyeballs, but then if you can't eyeball it, you can just get what you measured, so you're ensured that you get a perfect 90-degree angle. Now this power supply cover is a little bit too wide, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, again, this is an example. This isn't made to fit in any case. So yeah, you got a really nice bend, a really nice 90-degree angle bend. So you can fit that onto any case. So you have your just peel off the protective film. I love white acrylic. I also love, the reason why I love white acrylic is because white acrylic, for those who for those of you who've already made PSU covers before, you probably know that painting white on clear acrylic is not the easiest thing to do when you want to light it up, because the light seems to always want to find a way to pass through. So this is the reason why I have stock white acrylic, just in case people want white PSU cover, and then if they want something illuminated, I'll just laser it out. So there you go, a very simple power supply cover that you made in without, probably what, 10 minutes, I guess, minus the talking. So on average, you probably take you about a good, I wish I had some TT stickers here, but I don't, so we'll just have to have access to this is all I have here at the shop at the moment. You can just put in like whatever sticker you want, or your family photo or something like that. So you have a power supply cover. The paint and tear technique, if you wanna do more custom colors, I covered that on the first episode on season 1's TT mod shop, or TT modding, the TT live streams. So wait, hold on, I think I want to cut this a little bit more, because it looks so awkward to me. It looks really awkward. The size is not to my yeah. Right now can't read the comments yet. I'll get back to you guys right away. Hold on, let me just cut this out so it doesn't look. Again, no power tools. Not using any power tools. Not using any power tools. Just using see how I made that perfect cut without any power tools. So please don't make it an excuse to say that I can't mod because I don't have power tools, because you can actually. Of course, that is if you have passion. So you have a really nice white power supply. Um, got this acrylic cutter from a friend. I laser cut this custom handle. But yeah, so all you need is to buy this part, attach it on a piece of wood, and then it's has to do more with you know your passion or your eagerness to mod, other than the lack of materials. So based on popular requests from Irie, he wants this. What if I don't have a bender? Let us do it without a bender. So, okay, let's say for example you've already measured this. This is the measured piece of acrylic. Again, you want to measure the PSU length, and again, this is the heat gun method. This will still work, but it won't be as pretty as the bender method, but it'll still work. For years, I've been modding. Before I had this bender, I was using the heat gun method. Alright, so let me go grab my heat gun. Now, heat guns, when you buy them, will have attachments here. You'll want the smaller diameter one, the one that looks like a duckbill. But I don't have it anymore because the only purpose for my heat gun is to bend APTG tubing. So, but yeah, once you buy a heat gun, most of them will have attachments at the top. Or if you want to buy a heat gun, you might want to consider buying the one with a duckbill shape. Okay, so it gives you, so it blows out a little bit more, a finer stream of hot air. Okay, so yeah, so here's your heat gun. So what you want to do is, I'm going to try to move the camera. I hope you guys will still be able to see this. I don't have clamps. I don't have any clamps. This will work better with clamps, but I don't have any clamps. So what you want to do is you want to put this at the side of your table, like that. Now the heat gun will get really hot. It will get really, really hot. So you might want to put something on top of it that won't burn. Now, apparently I think this piece of wood will burn before so no, we'll do that later. So you want to put it on the edge of your workbench, like that. And then you apply heat. So I don't think I'm going to trip any smoke alarms or smoke detectors. Let's try not to do that by removing the paper film. Yeah, this is also one thing you want to do. You want to remove the paper film if you want to bend without a bender. So I'll have to measure that again. So it's a hot day today here. My God. It's so hot. It's so hot. So again, you might make your mark. Put it on the edge of whatever working table you have. Just the edge. You've got to be really, really careful with this one since you're going to be using high heat. You got to make sure you spread it evenly because this is going to get really hot. Again, this is not going to be as pretty as the one with the bender. That's the reason why I went forward with using a bender, but it'll still give you satisfactory results, especially if you want to get started. And again, this is not a good heat gun at all for stuff like this because the heat is too wide, or the stream of heat is too wide. So but yeah, this is basically, this is basically just the basicest, or something like that, because again, what we're trying to do is we don't have access to proper tools. So I'll show you the difference. You would have again had better results if you had a heat gun, well, no, a clamp, and a better attachment on your heat gun tip, but mine don't have that. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can get this area here as flat as possible while there's still time. So you got a little bit more of a curve on this one as opposed to okay, so apparently I don't have anything to clean this stuff with anymore. Usually acrylic thinner will work better, but we don't have any of that right now. What I should have done though is I should have made the mark behind. Lighter fluid should work. Lighter fluid works. Nice, clean, nice and clean. There you go. There's your power supply cover without the bender. Now this is leagues apart in terms of quality compared to the recent one we made with the actual bender. Now with the bender you get a more defined bend, a sharper bend, as opposed to the heat gun method. Well, you have a little bigger curve. All right, but depending on what case you'll put in, and the paint job that you'll do, you'll still be able to put in a good, a good quality bend. Again, we didn't use any clamps, we didn't use any power tools except for the heat gun. So it's not as good as this one. Okay, it's not as good as this one, but it's still, a power supply cover that you were able to customize, and it's still something that you made on your own. So that's pretty much it as far as making your own power supplies go. Now all you need to do is just attach lights, put in your decals or stuff like that, and then you'll be good. Alright, so let's go back. That's pretty much it. Damn, it's hot. It's so hot. Philippines, and I grew a hickey. I grew a hickey because of the heat. Look at that. I grew I grew a hickey because of the heat. All right, so that was it. That was the basic fundamental of making your own power supply. All right, so again, no, I don't have an air con yet here in the shop, and we just finished this only about a couple of months ago. But I will have an air conditioner installed here very soon. But right now, I'm still worried. Still, my main focus is to just, have the shop going. So yeah, that's it. Well, anyways, yeah. This is not a very. This is again, like I said earlier at the start of at the start of the, at the start of the stream, mentioned that this technique is a little bit outdated because, again, most of the cases that have been coming out right now already have power supply covers. Okay, but then again, this is something you want to learn, or this is something you need to learn, because this is where it all began. Now, if the modders did not take time to develop power supply covers and stuff like that, cases up until now would not happen. So, it's the role, it's one of the roles that modders play in terms of helping out the whole PC industry, aesthetically speaking. So, like tempered glass or tempered glass panels are the result of modders developing bigger windows. Although we use mostly acrylic, this is where the tempered glass evolved from. So as far as power supply coverage goes, this is one of the basic reasons why cases right now already have their own power supply coverage, because modders developed this technique to make cases more aesthetically pleasing. Alright, so again, this is one of the more fundamental tools or fundamental know-hows that you want to have in terms of that you want to have in your arsenal when you want to get your career started in case modding. Okay. Again, we're not here to do any super advanced techniques. Me specifically, right now, we're here to hopefully get more people started in modding. We're trying to alleviate, or we're trying to deviate from the usual mentality that we should say, that we should say we can't do it because we don't have tools and stuff like that. That's bull. I started off. I won third place in a modding competition, an international modding competition, probably 4 or 5 years ago, using no tools. All I had was a DIY acrylic cutter and a lot of passion, a couple of cans of paint and stuff like that. So it all has to do with your mentality, other than what you have. Hopefully, this and other techniques that show on the series that Promotech will be producing probably every week after week will help you guys, or encourage you guys to get yourself into modding, because modding is cool. Modding is nice. So, sorry. My voice is kind of slow now. Now there you go. There's my. Right. I don't know if I even want to go back to where I started. But yeah, let me just do a quick recap on what I just said. Yeah, again, the power supply covers are not, as present in modding as it used to be before. Custom power supplies, because cases right now have come mostly with power supplies already built into them. So, but then again, it's a fundamental uh, piece of knowledge that you want in your arsenal, because it is, something that you know that modders have developed some years ago. So there you go. That's basically it. That's pretty much it. That will probably cover the whole thing. I don't know if there's any, um, if there are any giveaways or anything like that, but I don't know if there are any giveaways on this one specifically, but uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, Jesse here from JP Modified. See you guys on the next. I'll see you guys on Facebook, because right now we don't have any. We have one YouTube video that we haven't released yet, but you know. But yeah, see you guys around. For those 22 people watching, thank you, and for those who came and those who left, thank you very much. Oh, but we can do one. But okay, wait, hold on. I think I'm jumping the gun here. Can't really. Oh, all right. Yeah. So no giveaways right now. No giveaways right now because Andy is unable to send anything. So thank you guys. See you guys soon again. Andy, thank you. It has always been a pleasure to help. Babu, mod on.